Hello again, everyone. It's Jerry and some table talk. So, what I'm trying to do this time is show the progression better than I have in the past. I usually show you the preliminaries, and then next time you see it, it's done. So, this is part 2 of the trx4 Defender conversion. And as we can see, it has some color. Let's just throw it around there. So now the preliminaries of the body are done and I can proceed. But let me share with you guys, when I do one of these things, I want to use different colors. And now that I have my peelable rim paint, as it's called, this was where I was going. They call it a brilliant blue neon, but not so neon. I did a test spray. This was where the retro color was coming. That was what it was going to be. But when I applied the new flat white I have, the new flat white, which again was a Rust-Oleum. Rust-Oleum does not seem to like Duplicolor. So this was going to be the retro color. The paint didn't like they didn't like each other. I don't have any more Lexan white because I put it all on the Red Cat. So I had to step back. This flexible paint works good on Lexan. But the problem is when you have a vehicle that you're going to tape over things on for moldings and windows, I usually just run an X-Acto knife around it. And it seems to be okay. But I had a few decal stickers. I took them all off of here. But I had a couple that I didn't have any kind of substitute replacement for. So I changed my tune with this and started looking around. And then I thought, wait a minute, this is going to be a custom truck. So let's make it a crazy custom color, which is called Candy Golden Root Beer. I bought this years ago to do some Lexan bodies on the inside to look like mud splattered on it. So I had a couple cans of it, and I said, what the hell? So because I didn't like this white paint all of a sudden, when it did this, I had to experiment. And this was the result. Came out perfect. Rust-Oleum, flat white, likes Lexan paint. So I ended up spraying the whole truck chrome, which is, well, silver metallic from Spastic. Painted the whole truck silver. Was hoping it would lighten up this brown, because I looked around the whole shop and don't have one brown truck. So I said, what the hell, let's make it brown. It's gonna look better in the daylight. Let's see, get it into some light. It's not so bad, the color. But now we've got a black hood, because I've seen them. I had to even look around on the internet to make sure that there was some floating around that have the black hood and the white top. So I lucked out. So I still have to do the bed, but I should have used some filler. I've still got some gaps, little tiny ones that weren't flush, but the rack should take care of those imperfections. So the truck is completely virgin, except for those two vents. The only two stickers I left on when I painted. The Defender sticker with some heat came off, put it back on, took the Land Rover sticker off the back, put it back on the grill because this one was messed up. Grill's got flat on it and just a little bit of some chrome on the little screws. So now we'll move along to detailing to get this ready, and I guess I can show the new style rack. So I cut the whole back of the rack off, and conveniently the front has the mounts for the spotlight or the light bar. This piece, which was removable, was on the rear, and that has holes for lights, and coincidentally I had an extra light that fits right there. So this will be on the back of the truck, pointing backwards. Now this was just a black rack. I used a little more undercoat, and the thing with my rim paints are, you have what's called the primary color, and it'll just say custom wrap on it. And you also can buy what's called effects, and that's a crazy color changing blue, purple. So that's what's on here, even though the camera doesn't do it any justice, just so it looks more custom. And I've used this wrap stuff. It's very particular to the main color. So if you ever want to get these, I mean, this is great for doing pinstriping and whatever you want to do to this, or paint the whole Lexan truck. It's very durable. And with these effects, if you read what color they are, like this one says on the back that it's best if you use matte black. So I didn't experiment with this on white, and it comes out completely clear, no color at all. So it's a weird thing. So that was just a part 2, a follow-up. I'm going to start detailing this now. The only other hiccup I ran into was these these sliders. That's where it sits stock. And I was tinkering around, and I've got it up to this high, and the body still doesn't sit in it. So I've got these little spacers that I don't know what RC car they came with, but I just kept them. So now I'm going to try and up from this one to raise those up. I know there's a guy on Thingiverse that makes a conversion kit for these that you can 3D print yourself, but we all know me in 3D printing. So this is part 2. Part 3 should be it all together and done theoretically. Now I'm just doing the detailing and coming up with what sorts of overland stuff I can put in that back tonneau. You know, that's the thing with these big tires. I would kind of like to have a spare tire, but that defeats the purpose if I put it there. And if I was to go real Land Rover, that would be ridiculous. So it may or may not have a spare tire. You know, I don't know if putting it back on the back would be too much weight, but I wanted to eliminate some of the top heaviness of this truck, because this is about the only truck that I have that almost tipped over on the Versus Challenge. So there it is. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for looking at part 2, TRX4 Defender conversion. Hopefully next time you see it, it'll be all together, ready to go outside. And then I'll discuss some of the tire work that I've done on this truck also. So thanks, guys. Bye-bye.